Fantasy draft franchise, we coming off of another disappointing loss in the playoffs to a division opponent. All I have to say is if we make the playoffs this year, please, division, no more. But we've already looked at retirements. We'll scroll through it one more time. Jimmy Douglas, Robbie Dotson, Josh Lippett retired for us. These two quarterbacks finally retired. Trey Newton after his legendary career. And after that, there really wasn't anything significant. So we're gonna get started here. Gonna be moving past staff week because we have our staff for right now. 7 upgrades in here for him. He's not gonna need many of them. Let's move forward here with that. Getting some of his accuracies back up. Just had to use 2 of them. He'll probably get more. Plenty of short accuracy being added back there. We've definitely seen him take a step back in that deep accuracy, though. Something we're gonna have to fix. Alright. He missed a couple deep balls in the playoff game. Definitely resulted in us losing standing. Now, I never looked at those running backs. And we did not get enough information to determine whether or not their true development. But we should have plenty to do. Well, there's a lot of unknowns here for being 95% on him. Looks like a really good receiving back. And then here we also got more. We'll know more on them once I'm really intrigued here by DeMarco Hillman. He may be the one we go out and target. They may end up being the 3 people that get the designation again. We will see. That is our most important position to fill with our trade plans. Alright, and let's advance the week. Due to the fact that we are about to get a mock draft, we're also about to get an reveal on coaches. Do they stay? Looks like we are not going to have to fill our staff here. Never mind, it just didn't tell me to. Unless it's at the bottom. Yeah, it's at the bottom. Alright. Fresh holes in our lineup. And I think it's a time for us to switch up the scheme. Except for the fact that Gary Espinosa is here. We're going to go ahead and hire him. He is an extremely good coordinator. No defensive coordinators, no, yep, so we just have to hire another head coach. Could bring in Mike Vrabel. But let's go ahead and bring in Emmanuel Ortega. Got one thing that they both need. It's right here. If I have X Factors, I expect them to be used. It's so annoying this dude has no coaching tree because he's been on my teams multiple times. And I know I put stuff into him. But it is what it is. Let's check out the mock draft, see if any of the running backs are projected to go. Typically running backs fall a lot. DeAndre Autry is expected to go before our pick. We're expected to pick up Hillman. The other running back just falls? I don't know about that. But we will see. I don't think we can make the trade yet. I think we have to get past the re-sign week. Yes. Which is not ideal. I would like to have first dibs on a lot of these players. We're currently at -8 cap space. So we actually can't sign any of them. How did we get into the negatives? Because the dang rookie contracts weren't taken out yet. So every last one of these players are now being thrown to the wind. And that is a lot of players at significant positions. I completely forgot. Well, Jermaine Curtis, we can do that. Gonna go get the 5th-year option for him. We cannot lose him this year, too. Alright. We're going to advance the week. That was really fast. Let's advance the week and see what trade we can get. Or if we can even trade him. That's the real question. Because I know last year we were planning on trading him, but we couldn't because the penalty would be too big. And again, the penalty is massive. Oh no. Now we have to look at another position. What can we afford to trade? Because a trade has to happen. And it's kind of my fault for doing this to myself again. No one else would make a significant hole. Signing this man to another deal was probably the worst decision I ever made. I just wanted him to be a career Jet. And he still may not even do that because I'll be broke at the end of his contract again. But tearing his team down is not ideal. Now, hold on. If I were to trade him, does it tell me what it does to my cap? And it may just be something where we have to take the dead cap. And just not be able to sign anyone. Why do I keep going down there? Like I actually want something from down there. At his age, that pick would not make sense. But like a 2 and a 3 next year would. And maybe even a late 4 next year. I have $20 million in cap room. Oh, can they even take on his contract? Why am I even trading straight up with the Bears anyways? Since when was that a good idea? I have to find a team that has the cap to take on the deal. Steelers have the cap. The Cardinals, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Commanders, the Dolphins. We're not trading it to the Dolphins. Or trading him to the Dolphins. Let's see what the Steelers have to offer. They have pick 11. I want to see if we can get that same deal done. Alright, we're going to see what this does to the cap situation. We are going to have to do some okay, so that's a major no. Let's take out the 2 next year, see how they feel about it. Alright, so we're gonna have to lose. Let's just lose all the future picks, see what that does for us. Gets us closer. They're just not gonna take the 1 and the 2, are they? That makes sense. I will offer them next year's 3. If that doesn't work, well, we're gonna throw that back on there. So it gets us closer. We'll give them next year's 2 with this year's 5. So at least getting something. Okay. Just give them this year's 4. Do we give them next year's 1 knowing we're gonna need picks? I mean, we're already losing a lot here. But we're asking them to take an older player here. So the deal is done. Let's see how much cap we have now. So the rookie reserve is going to take up 18. Actually, that deal gets us into the positive, I think. Not by a lot, but yes, it does. Okay. Traded him somewhere that could take on the cap. We get he's an X factor running back, or a superstar 90 overall running back. I get he's 30, but he could play for 5 more years. So anyone who thinks that trade was unrealistic, in real life, yes, probably. But you have to look at it from a Madden perspective in some aspects. Like a running back 30 years old is gonna... Let me see what the most recent trade was for a 30-year-old running back. A good 30-year-old running back. Let's see. Can't think of a single one in recent history. According to this, the peak for a running back is age 29. Never mind. That's not true. That's like 95% of their career is over for them. Regardless, I could justify that in my mind. You haven't seen me make any crazy trades. I don't see that as a crazy trade. I handed them a first round pick for next year, crippling a potential major lost draft class again. I gave them a pick this year. I don't think that was a low ball at all. Especially, it's the 11th pick I'm getting. I'm moving up maybe, I don't know, I'm moving up quite a bit of spots there. But, well, I'm also not moving up. I'm adding another pick. So that's another aspect of it. Let's do some restructurings, though. Branson is up next year. Let's go ahead and restructure Caver if we can. We cannot. There's not enough years on his contract, more than likely. We also cannot restructure Chip Montgomery. Who the hell can I restructure then? The answer? Oh, maybe the AI already did it. Hold on. That's a possibility. League. Maybe that's why I'm actually in the positives. Yes, it already did it. That makes a lot of sense there. Alright, so restructuring's already done, leaving us with little to no cap space. Let's take a look at the roster and see where we need to at least add a player or two. We need a backup quarterback. We need another running back. We technically don't need another receiver, so we're going to leave that position alone. Tight end we're good at. Left tackle we need a backup. Left guard we need a backup. Fitzsimmons can play the starter role there, but we need a backup. I would like a true starter here at right guard. We're fine. Alright, so really, in terms of starters, we only need a right guard. Left end, we need a backup. Right end, we need a backup. DT, we need a lot of backups. Left outside linebacker. We're fine. We're fine at middle linebacker. We're fine at right outside. So in honesty, the main thing getting crippled is our D-line and our O-line. Which of course is, and our safety position. We do not have a free safety at the moment. We need a backup strong safety as well. The unfortunate thing is this draft class is not going to save us. Money-wise, we may have to make another trade next year, which is insane. It won't be as big of a trade though. I know that for sure. Position to hit here might be free safety though. And obviously, I do not have the cap to sign a big player. As much as I'd love to bring back some of these guys. Am I able to bring back Hoskins? Nope. Ham would be nice to bring back and move over. Can do it if he takes a low ball. Just give me $1 million cap. So we could go there and fill out the O-line. Okay, let's be real. Let's just, yeah. That's just not happening. Let's look at free safeties. Could bring Waynes back. I don't really want to do that. And we are out of options. Let's bring in, or at least try to bring in Keelan Samuels. Probably won't start, but it will be a good player to bring in. And then DT. Whoever we draft at free safety will probably be the starter. Luke Reed is out there. Do we have the money for Luke Reed though? No. Hopefully he is not a problem for us anymore though. Vaughn Winter's still alive and kicking. Probably don't have Amir Kerr money. Nope. Was hoping the age would help us there. It does not. At this point, in terms of defensive tackles, the only player we'd be able to pick up would be on par with the players we already have. So going to the draft there would make more sense. Hold on. Let's go overall first because we can look to bring back Casey Butler. Can't really afford it. He really wants to come back though. Let's see what that even does. Okay. Yep. Let's go ahead and withdraw and go back to the original strat. Obviously, it'd be great to go out and sign these guys, but I'm broke. Just on like a 1-year deal. Yeah, that ain't happening. But there are other options out there. 98 strength. Power's really bad there. But his finesse blocking is elite. Can we trust that though? Casey Butler is the most balanced because I made him balanced. It's looking like... Let's see who's the stronger power guys. See if maybe I can get one of them. Really good pass block finesse. Let's see if we are anywhere near in the market for him. Possible. Get both these down to 2 million, see what that does. It's better than nothing. He has no offers. Let's evaluate. Damn. Alright. let's go back up here. Both have offers out. Let's go ahead and withdraw there. Alright, let's see. Who knows? Maybe there will be a better one on this side of things. I could just move. Will Mixon's too young. Maybe George Good. Nope. Negative. Let's just go by age. Could bring Carrington back. Not looking like a good idea though. Definitely not. Clinton Barton. Let's be real. He's outside our price range. Let me go to center. Sort by age. I mean, these players obviously want to come to the team, but I'm too broke to bring them over. Three offers, yeah. Could try Noah Curley here, but might not be the greatest idea with his power being so low. Could bring Sam Kent back. Might be a good move. At least that's middle of the line for us. At the very least, it gives us the depth piece that we desperately need. Alright. We do sign Sam Kent. Hopefully we get Keelan Samuel. This is going to be a really quick offseason until we get to the draft. Check out mock draft 4. Hopefully the running backs fall a little bit. Obviously they don't need to, but it could help us get a different position. Okay, looks like the running backs right now have fallen almost completely out of the first round, which means we could target a running back with our second pick and focus on D tackle or free safety with our first pick. Let's go in here. I have 0 active negotiations. I got all my people. Cool. Alright, we'll advance to week 2 more times. 2 more again. We'll check out the free agency recap. We'll also have the final mock draft here. Alright, let's take a look. Running backs completely off is what I'm hoping for. Or at least maintaining their current positions. And Autry moves back out in front of us. And Dominic Jett also moves up. Not good. So the running back, if we want Autry, would have to be our first pick. Question is, do we get more information on Morris and Mixon? Actually looks pretty good. Is he on my board? I feel like he is. But before we get into all that, let us look at the free agency recap, see where all our old friends went off to. Colin Long unsigned, that's the same position he was in last year. We'll see if that happens again after the draft. We may look to pick him up as the backup QB. He is 39 years old and he's at the end of his days. Can't even think who the other running back was. Can't believe that man didn't retire. Clearly they didn't get signed. Spears going unsigned again. He'll be picked up by somebody. Arsenal going over to the Falcons. Irving is a free agent. Doesn't look like Woodward also a free agent. Dang, he's older than I thought he was. Oh, was that Leon Burks down there? Going up here may not have been the best move. Because I don't think he's that old. He's not. Roosevelt Phillips is still out there. Maybe it wasn't him. Hold on. This would have been a really fast way to do it. It is. He is confirmed still out there. We may be able to pick him up if we have the money to do so. Philip Gaddis, a free agent again. Winslow not picked up. Carrington went unsigned. That's not a big surprise. Ham went to the Texans. Butler went to Green Bay. Kyle Ross went unsigned. Hoskins going to the Chiefs. Silverman unsigned. Morgan Henley ends up going to the Lions. Kari Wilkins is unsigned. Maybe someone we can bring in and move inside. Saunders is going to our rival. Now I have 3 big rival defensive tackles. Archer left my team and went to the Bills. Saunders now going to the Dolphins, and then Schroeder went to the Pats, and they're all still on their teams. Y'all just had to go do that. Josh Beckham going to Seahawks. Didn't even lose anyone in the linebacker core. And here, old friends move teams. Does not look like it. Brown is going to the Bucks. Alright. There's our recap there. Lots of players making moves. Let's do not the private workouts yet. Nope. Hold on. Recalibrating. Alright, scout college players, there's a lot of big decisions here. Technically, you have to look at quarterbacks for backup, but probably not going to pick any up. Probably not even Noah Clifford. That'd be a waste of a pick with all the needs that we have. He'll be the one that we leave on there. We're probably just going to keep the rest of these guys off. Maybe we throw him on there. Obviously, these three are on here. And I could easily go and figure out what their true talents are right now and figure out which running back's the best option. We could go for Quentin Newton down here. Probably not a very good option with the information we have above, though. So those positions are pretty scouted out, I'd say. It's the lines that we need to focus heavily on. Receiver, maybe we get a late round guy. Like maybe Tyreek Bowden here. Pretty fast guy. Might be interested in bringing him in. At the very least, we know he can catch. But he would have to survive pretty late, and then there's Jerry Blake, obviously. What do we know about Mr. Blake now? He's also fast. He's a little stronger. Very similar, but a little less catching here. Tight ends, we're good. We're not looking there. We need to focus where we can actually make some differences. Now, this position, we're looking for depth. Joshua Evans, not a very good athlete. Looks like he has some power, but he can't run block, maybe? Pass protector? Okay, so it looks like he's, looks like he's going to be pretty good pass blocker, but beyond that, nothing really. At the very least, he's not injury prone. And he has A awareness, so he may not be complete garbage. Another non-athlete here. It says F run block, but his run blocking ratings actually don't look that bad. intrigued still by Lyle Stevens. He is a good athlete here, might not be the strongest guy. Could be someone we pick up with our second, or yeah, maybe our second round pick, or maybe even our first. Also seems like he'd be a bust at that range though. I'd probably wait till the second for him if I go that route. And another position that could really help us out spreading. We've definitely had some players transition positions on the line, and he actually looks pretty solid, maybe able to make a move to guard for us. Pass protector Kai Jenkins, not as athletic, but he's still fairly athletic. He ain't gonna be able to run block, he may be injury prone, but he may be what we need. Hey, awareness, I'll at least entertain it. Athlete, has 0 run blocking ability and doesn't really have much of a pass blocking ability in my opinion. Right guard. Technically, we could go out and get Hodge in the first round if I don't want the safety. But he's not a great athlete. He's definitely more of a power guy. But beyond him at the position, there's not a whole lot that's good. Which is dangerous. However, we should be able to be in position for any of these guys. Yeah, I don't know there. Very good athlete. Has some finesse problems. Not the greatest pass blocker. Could develop into one though if we choose to go that route. Right tackles, we know there's a lot in here. Brandon Beekman. Not a great athlete by any means. Allegedly, he's a good pass blocker. Yeah, the O-line classes have not looked good for years. Which is part of the reason I get myself into the trouble I get to in my O-lineman. But do we see if maybe Delvin Thorne drops? He's weak, but fast, really bad. See, you would think the weak one would be good at run block. Well, I guess not, because he won't really get much push. There is some intrigue there, but not a whole lot. Alright, here. Let's look for block shedding for the most part. Did not participate in the combine. He might not be participating in my team either. The reason I go so top heavy with this stuff is because I can figure out who's going to be decent at the bottom I need to figure out who's going to be good at the top to make a big impact. Might not be too bad here. Keenan McGee. Fortunately, he's a 1-2 guy. Probably will go in the 1-2 range. Let's look at right ends now. Not looking very good. The best one here to me is probably going to be Austin Richards. Another player that's probably going to be out of my pick range. But might fall. You never know. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore the rest of those. Those are trash. Obviously, LaMichael Arnett would be nice. Especially now we know some of that. Only thing we don't know is his hit power and his impact blocking. Another player who could be interesting though on the offhand as well, has less block shedding but is more balanced in his pass rush moves. But his awareness is a little lower. Then there's someone who's very lopsided. But could be interesting to bring in. C looks like it's going to be the highest block shedding we'll be getting. So we're going to have to look at that as good here in this class. C to B all the way down here. Could be a good. Not terrible. Will not be a terrible player. C and C down here. Not as athletic, not as good as Playrec, high injury likelihood. Alright, that's what we're going to be looking at there. We're not going to look at the linebackers here. I may pick one up late, but probably not. While it's not a position I need, it would be very nice to pick this man up. Oh my days. Yes, it would be very nice to sign him, but probably not going to happen. Maybe a late round guy we could pick up in here, and Braden McQueen. It's not very fast. It's not super tall. But he has good zone coverage. Alright, here's another important position. We were projected to pick Morris Mixon at one point. This may athletically not the greatest there. But he does have B finesse moves, which is interesting. It's really between these two in my mind. We don't know either of their coverages truly. Other interesting aspect is there's a lot of them. This guy's more athletic, but clearly has worse coverages. Chris Reeves, extremely athletic, but worse coverages confirmed. What's the injury on Hugh Bonds? A to B, I think Morris Mixon was also A to B. No, it was actually B to C. Well, those are my two top guys there. A to C zone is probably going to be more like a B. Very athletic though, but has bad play rec. Not even going to worry about strong safety. That's our board right now. Very top heavy, but so is my draft class. Private workout decisions are going to be hard now though. We're at 95% on all three running backs, but I also want information on the free safeties. Which makes my life very difficult. I think I can choose between these three if I know one of their true archetypes or true talent. He's the second fastest running back according to the combine one. He's really good at jumping. Not the highest bench. So he's really just a receiving back. You have the elusive back, DeAndre Autry, who we'd have to pick with our first pick. I think I want to know more about Hillman. The number one speed and running back, but he's also, based off of this, could have some high strength upside, which that balances with a lot of what I look for. He also looks like he has some receiving back attributes, so he would be my number one. And then we could go with Morris and Bonds, who I highly doubt either of them get picked before us on here. They do not. Bonds will go before our pick there. And we're projected to pick Morris, obviously, so the running back I want isn't even on the board there, so I think I could definitely get, or the running back I think I want isn't on the board. We're going to advance the week, see what we find out. Let's see what we know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I called it. I said he'd be the best one, and he is. Mixon, we find out, is actually going to be a 3 to 4 guy. That's unfortunate. I mean, he looks better than a 3 to 4 to me. But those grades are pretty accurate most of the time. The question is, do we risk losing Hillman by trusting the mock? There's no way the mock is that off. I mean, I think it's not going to hurt us to risk it. There's no way he's not on this list. I'm gonna be so mad if I miss out on him, though. So we would have to go a lot of picks, all the way down to 28, and risk losing him. He's not on this mock draft, but how much has he been rising? Is he like right outside where I need to be worried about it? He actually hasn't moved at all. He's the number 3 running back. Where is he on the big board? $27. It's the first running back. 39. So he's number 50 on the big board. I think I can risk it and be fine. That's a big decision, though. We're actually going to end this one here and do the draft in the next one with the entire offseason. Hooday to all you Bengals fans out there. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.